Hello, everybody. My name is Brett Fabian, and I want to welcome you to the TrustSwap interview series. Today, we're joined by our guest and CEO of ANote Music, the latest TrustSwap incubator project, Marzio Schena. Before we get started, I just wanted to remind you to make sure to hit that subscribe button, click the little bell icon so you never miss out on exciting TrustSwap news, Launchpad announcements, or a little bit of alpha. Welcome, Marzio. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Brett. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah, how you doing today? I hope you're doing well.
Doing amazing. Today it's a beautiful day. It's Friday, and really working on very, very cool stuff, which is keeping everyone is super excited here in the office.
Amazing. Well, we're very excited to have the opportunity to chat on this call. For everyone in the community, we've got a really exciting episode for you today. First things first, it's my pleasure to announce that ANote Music will officially become part of the TrustSwap Incubator Program. Congratulations. And soon, we're going to host a TrustSwap private sale allocation event for the community. We also have another way to secure yourself a bonus allocation on top of your regular TrustSwap allocation. So stay tuned until the end of the video for more details on that. Well, now let's talk about ANote. Marzio, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about ANote as a company?
Yes, definitely. My name is Marzio, and I come from the financial sector, right? So that's has been my background. That's where I have been working for and studying, let's say, also for years, until the moment in which in 2017, with two co-founders, we discovered music. And we discovered that the music industry could have been an amazing investment opportunity if looked at from the point of view of an investor. So we started digging deeper into how the music industry works, and we saw that the music industry is, at the end of the day, a cash cow from an investment standpoint. So we thought about somehow giving the opportunity of opening up the world of investing in music rights to anyone, by creating a marketplace, kind of an exchange, a trading place, you can define it in several ways, where anyone, again, can buy into small pieces, fractional ownership shares, okay, of established music, of established songs. We're talking about songs that have been generating royalties for our parameter is at least 3 years, but sometimes we have songs from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. So that's what we have been building. And we launched in 2020. So we have a very interesting track record of 3 years of being the only trading platform in the world actually trading music royalties, music catalogs. We have grown to a community of 25,000 investors on the platform. Royalties right now are paid out on our platform every 5 days. So an investor that buys a diversified portfolio of music rights receives every 5 days royalties, because we have catalogs from 8 different countries, from Canada, United States, Denmark, Italy, France, Poland, France. And so it's growing. It's a community which is growing. We believe it's a very solid product. And I know that also you have some experiences with music royalties, right, Brett?
Yeah, absolutely. So before my professional career, I was a music producer for a very long time, got to work with a lot of really cool DJs. Royalties from the artist side were confusing enough. We didn't have management. We didn't have an agency, any of that stuff. And it was not from the investor side of things, but even from the artist side of things, it was beyond confusing, very difficult to manage. It was something that was really hard to do.
Mind you, the music industry is somehow very much often pointed at as inefficient, or not standardized, or a little bit chaotic. That's indeed has been at the beginning the complexity, in standardizing not only valuation of music catalogs, but also how to deal, with all the legal differences that there are on a country by country basis, or how you receive royalties. Many times you receive them after a while. Let's say that after 3 years, we have been able, to try to create, our order and a little bit of structuring in the market.
Yeah, it's exciting to have a professional, company for both the investor and the artist. Yeah. Really cool. Thanks for sharing that. I also was wondering, we're really excited. You and I have been working together for a little bit now on this incubation. We're really excited about what's going on here. Can you share a little bit about, not too much. I don't want to go too crazy, but can you share a little bit about your artist catalog? What are some of the songs,
yes,
maybe artists that that the community can invest into.
Definitely. No, yes, yeah, as I was mentioning, we have been trying to, get on a platform as many catalogs as possible, from as many different countries as possible. Basically, that has been our focus until now. Let's say we continue to do so. So again, from each of the countries, we have, I think, very, very relevant music that has made history, and anyone from that country could really, really, say that have been dancing or clubbing or whatever on their notes. Specifically, I think that from an international standpoint, I mean, songs that, like really kind of can go definitely famous is we have songs from Beyonce, like At Last, or Avicii, The Nights, or we have songs from The Who, The Kinks, from the 70s. We have songs like Stereo Hearts. We have Martin Garrix, Florida. We have a song In My Feeling, with Drake. So, of course, something very, very important to remember is that on our platform is not a platform only for artists and investors and fan base. It's a platform where you have, on one hand, not only artists, but music right owners in general. Everybody most of the times forgets that the music is not just made by the person that sings. It's made by the songwriter that writes the lyrics, that writes also the melody of the song, right? The producer is that there is a label, a publisher, and then, of course, also the artist. So any of these players actually has a right to receive royalties for a very long time. We're talking about usually minimum 70 years. So any of these players is actually eligible to list on our platform a portion of their royalties. So this is really also somehow our strength to be very horizontal, not only on the investor side, but also, of course, on the music right owner side, which is where the music and the creation actually originates from.
It's absolutely incredible, just to be able to own a piece of some of those legendary songs. I'm a Canadian, so you have me at Drake. I might be a little biased, but there's two Canadians on there. I think you said Justin Bieber as well.
Yeah. That's also Justin Bieber, songs from Justin Bieber. I mean, the producer of Justin Bieber has listed his catalog, which includes the song Purpose. And by the way, I'm Italian, guys. I don't know if you got it from the accent. And I mean, we can speak probably 1 hour about the songs that I love from Italy that we have on the platform. But I don't think now it's a moment.
I think that's something special about ANote and music in general as well, is it bridges the gaps between all the countries. It's incredible.
Yeah. But indeed, our job has always been to bridge the gap between music and finance. Meaning that the complexity, let's say the most complex part, especially at the beginning, was to educate the music industry on the concept of valuations, so that their music actually has a value, which can be parameterized pretty easily, and investors on the other side of how much the music and why the music industry makes money. How is it possible that if a song is listened to in Japan, actually somehow a music right owner in Sweden receives money? So this is what we have been really focusing on also, on education on both sides. But I think also, Brad, now we can also have a conversation about what's coming, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, we can talk about this forever. I think a lot of people can, because it really resonates with a lot of people. But like I said, we're excited to grow together over the next few months here with the incubation program. Without revealing too much, again, not too much right now. We're still in the beginning phases. Can you tell the community what makes ANote special as a company? And I guess in short, why does the world need ANote?
I think really being so much focused on the details and on the structure and standardization, and having a vision which is not looking at the next year, but looking at the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Meaning anytime that we do anything, we always remind ourselves of what we are dealing with. We are dealing with music rights. Music rights, they last for 70 years. Most of the companies, they don't survive. Even Fortune 500 companies, they don't survive for more than 20, 30 years. They got bought up by M&A, they fell, So what we have always been focusing on is to creating a marketplace, a solution, a system through which investors are buying into music rights, and we need to make sure that there is market stability on the platform, a series of investor protection mechanisms, valuation models, mechanism to pay out the royalties that are long-standing and that will hopefully survive me, you, and anybody who's listening to. Because really, we have songs that will continue paying royalties in 2000 and currently on the platform in 2100. So, that's kind of the perspective. That's the perspective in order to kind of build this kind of solidity and structure. We have just done one thing, which is take example from the financial markets. The financial markets, they work very well. The financial markets have been existing for really hundreds of years. So we have basically replicated a small financial market in ANote, basically with a very specific underlying asset, which is music, which is not very big, because consider the music industry pays on a yearly basis 40 billion in only royalties. And these are expected to double up by 2030, thanks to streaming and so on. So it's a pretty big market. And in order to serve it properly, we thought that the financial market structure was the most appropriate to, to provide proper valuations and to make sure that there is liquidity.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people often forget, it was similar to how you said, there's not just the singer, it's the music industry. The music industry. A lot of people forget that industry is attached to that word, and the financial markets play fantastic into that as well.
Also another point. Let me jump on this topic, because also one of the questions that they often ask us is, why are artists coming to you? Why are artists, songwriters? Why are they selling? The point is that we are, and this is a very important approach that we always have, we are not trying to go to a potential customer, investor, or music right owner, trying to make them do something they don't usually do. We are not here to innovate, making you do something new. No, the music industry, transactions of music rights, they happen on a daily basis. We are talking about tens of billions of transactions of music rights, an artist that sells to the label that sells to another label, the publishing that sells to, the songwriter that sells to the publisher. We are just putting ourselves as intermediary, typically standardizing the process and putting it on the other side of these huge transactions that happen, investors, music right owners, that otherwise they would not have access to this, I believe, amazing asset class, which is, again, constantly generating and paying out cash, which is unique if you think about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I, on this point of the industry and how it's an industry, like you said, with financial markets, basically, I spend a lot of time on Twitter for my job, marketing at TrustSwap. And one thing that I did see recently was Scooter Braun. I'm sure it's a name that a lot of people know, and how much money he made off just the masters of Taylor Swift songs. Yeah. Pretty impressive. And there's a large industry, like you said. I believe it was 40 billion in yearly
40
royalties.
billion in yearly royalties. So this means, what's the valuation of this? So if I tell you, you are buying something that every year pays you 40 billion in royalties, and this is growing, how much money would you? Let's make it another way. If I tell you that you can buy something which makes you every year, I don't know, 4,000 euros, 40,000 euros, how much would you pay for it?
I think probably like 5 or 10 times, maybe. I hope.
Exactly,
I'm the marketing guy, though. I'm not a finance guy.
But that's exactly the approach. So you try to value a cash flow that you consider more or less stable. You need to understand how it's growing, based on a multiple, right? Based on an objective return that you can make, based on the assumption that this 40 will more or less be 40 also 10 years from now, or have grown a little bit. That's exactly the core of our business at ANote. And we give the opportunity to everybody do it. To everybody come on the platform and do it on the platform. And again, also somehow in the easy as possible user experience. That's also our job.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, that's awesome. While we've been working, I'm just going to forward the discussion here. While we've been working together a lot, there is something that you've mentioned quite a few times that I'm very excited about. It's called the Backstage Pass. Can you share what the Backstage Pass is a little bit? I know we're still early, but I would love to tell the community kind of what's going on, under the covers at ANote.
Yeah. Yes. The Backstage Pass is the subject of the relationship, that we are also having with you. The Backstage Pass is the next step, the next stage of evolution of ANote Music as a company, as a community, and as a marketplace to serve the music industry in even a larger way. It's a way for us also to give the opportunity to our customers, our investors, to not only enjoy investment benefits, but also to enjoy benefits in real life. It's our attempt to connecting also with real life benefits connected with the music industry. So indeed, it's a program, it's a pass, it's somehow a loyalty card, a loyalty program that we will give the opportunity to our investor and customers to access to, that grants amazing benefits, really amazing benefits. We have been working on this for so long. And right now, I mean, we are happy to have finally found the jewel. And it grants two tiers of benefits to investors, to holders. Ones are more focused for people that are investors on our platform, so cashbacks, lower fees, royalties multipliers, to kind of making a little bit smarter the investment process and to award our most loyal customers. And the second tier of functions is the more interesting ones, because it grants you benefits that you can expand in your real life on things that you normally do as a music lover. Every one of us, more or less, loves music. Most of us has Spotify. We will cover the streaming platform fees on a monthly basis. Many of us actually go to music concerts, music events, Tomorrowland, festivals, Ibiza, Mykonos, where they pay an entrance ticket. We will also cover these entrance tickets. So this is kind of the spirit of the pass, to connect an investment, let's say, ecosystem on our platform, also to the real life of the wider, much wider world of music that every day all of us somehow we encounter.
Incredible, and I know I'll be participating in that, especially if you ever find me in Ibiza or Mykonos, I'll be participating in that for sure. Well, Marzio, I know we could be talking for hours about this subject, but I bet the community is really wondering how they can participate in the private allocation event. So, TrustSwap community, this one's for you. The process is beyond simple. For swap stakers, all you have to do is head over to the TrustSwap dashboard on the launch date and complete the Launchpad process as usual. No differences. Any swap staker with over a 4,000 swap score will be eligible for their guaranteed allocation pending KYC, of course. Now, here's where things get interesting. As we mentioned at the start of the video, we talked about securing a bonus allocation, and ANote has partnered with our good friends at the crypto app to give away a bonus allocation. So one, if you don't have the crypto app already, you got to get out there and download it. It's the best crypto app on the market. But we've added a bonus allocation for the community in partnership with the crypto app. Instantly claim $1,000 in bonus allocation. Yes, $1,000 in bonus allocation by subscribing to the 1-year subscription of Pro Plus. TrustSwap users and swap stakers, this is a bonus. This is added on top of your initial swap score and what you normally get. So from both the TrustSwap team and the crypto app team, I want to say thank you, Marzio, for including our community. Our community is beyond excited. Our team is beyond excited about the upcoming private allocation event. And before we take off, I really want to throw it back to you. I want to say thank you so much. And do you have any final words for the community before we take off today?
Hi, guys. Point is that we are also extremely excited, really. I mean, on a daily basis, we speak about what we are building and what we are building together with you. And we are so much looking for actually releasing to the market. So everyone, please hold tight. I think you will be very positively surprised by, everything which is going to come in the next month, I have to say.
Thank you so much, Marzio. And everybody in the community, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that like button. Leave us a couple comments with any of your questions. We may answer them in the community channels. And check down below for the blog post on how to participate and get involved. Thank you, Marzio. Thank you, ANote.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Take care.